interesting adventure just getting six kilometers away, I think it was, maybe less, maybe 3 kilometers. And but that took 45 minutes to get here. So we're sorry that we're a couple minutes late, but we'll have a lovely morning together anyway. So let's start with a chant. This is, and it's a different book now, but so I had all the numbers all set for the Mud Island Ashram chant book, but your chant book is a whole different one. So if we can get those passed out to everyone's going to need one. And the song is called "You Fill My Heart with Music." You fill my heart with music, I dance through life with thee. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. You fill my heart with music, I dance through life with thee. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. You fill my heart with music, I dance through life with thee. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. You fill my heart with music, I dance through life with thee. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. You fill my heart with music, I dance through life with thee. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. You fill my heart with music, I dance through life with thee. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. You fill my heart with music, I dance through life with thee. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. You fill my heart with music, I dance through life with thee. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. You fill my heart with music, I dance through life with thee. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. I fill my heart with music, I dance through life with thee. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. You fill my heart with music, I dance through life with thee. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. You fill my heart with music, I dance through life with thee. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. You fill my heart with music, I dance through life with thee. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. I sing your song and sorrow's gone, in joy I live ever free. dearest friend, beloved God,
Lord Jesus Christ,
Lord Jesus Christ,
Babaji Krishna,
Babaji Krishna,
Lahiri Mahashaya,
Lahiri Mahashaya,
Swami Shri Yukteswara,
Swami Shri Yukteswara,
beloved
beloved
Guru,
Guru,
Paramahansa Yogananda,
Paramahansa Yogananda,
saints of all religions,
saints of all religions,
friend and guide, Swami Kriyananda.
Swami Kriyananda.
Thank you for this satsang today.
Thank you for this satsang today.
Thank you for all the energy
Thank you for all the energy
you have
you have
channeled
channeled
through your
through
instruments
your instruments
to bring about this
to
place
bring about this
where
place
we can come together
where we can come together
in satsang,
in satsang,
seeking the truth,
seeking the truth,
seeking our next
seeking our next steps
steps
on this great path
of realizing thee.
of realizing Thee.
Help us to walk with thee,
Help us to walk with Thee,
hand in hand,
hand in hand,
through our work,
through our work,
our service,
our service,
our
our
devotion,
devotion,
our meditation,
our meditation,
every aspect of our lives.
every aspect of our lives.
Hold us close.
Hold us close.
Infuse us with your consciousness.
Infuse us with Your consciousness.
We are your children.
We are Your children.
Guide us home
Guide us home
to thee.
to Thee. Om. Peace. Amen. The next chant we're going to do is supposed to be on page 6. Let's see if it really is. I see we missed a few people last time. Might not have gotten the page number right. It is page 6. How shall I love Thee? And there are 4 different verses, but there's only one word that changes in each verse. How shall I love Thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? How shall I love Thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desire. How shall I seek Thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? How shall I seek Thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. How shall I serve Thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? How shall I serve Thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. How shall I worship Thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? How shall I worship Thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. How shall I love Thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? How shall I love Thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. How shall I seek thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? How shall I seek thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? Just as a fire may burn a forest, burn to the root my desires. Just as a fire may burn a forest, burn to the root my desires. How shall I serve thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? How shall I serve thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. How shall I worship thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? How shall I worship thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desire. How shall I love thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? How shall I seek thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? How shall I serve thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? How shall I worship thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. Just as a fire may burn a whole forest, burn to the root my desires. Let's meditate. Letting all our desires being burned up in the light and the love we find at the spiritual eye in the forehead. Keeping in this inward state of meditation with eyes closed, let's listen to the quality this week that Swami Kriyananda wrote about in his book Affirmations for Self-Healing. Week 19 is on the attitude of service. Service is ennobling. It is a way of offering our human littleness into the great reality that is God. Service should not be given with the thought that one is serving people merely. It should be given with an inward consciousness to the Lord, who resides in all creatures. When we serve others in this spirit, we find our own spirits becoming freed from egotism. Peace then fills us in the realization that there isn't anyone with whom we need compete. What joy to think that we belong to God. And with great energy now, let's affirm together out loud this affirmation. Repeat after me. I will serve God through others. And by my service to Him, release the hold the ego has on me. I am free in God. In God I am free. I will serve God through others. And by my service to Him, release the hold the ego has on me. I am free in God. In God I am free. I will serve God through others. And by my service to Him, release the hold the ego has on me. I am free in God. In God I am free. I will serve God through others. And by my service to Him, release the hold the ego has on me. I am free in God. In God I am free. I will serve God through others. And by my service to Him, release the hold the ego has on me. I am free in God. In God I am free. I will serve God through others. And by my service to Him, release the hold the ego has on me. I am free in God. In God I am free. Silently repeating this prayer. All that I do, Lord, I do for love of Thee. Accept the flowers of my service to Thee as I place them on Thy altar of omnipresence. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Lahari asked for a particular song to help kind of tee up her discourse today. It's a song, the words were written by our guru, Paramahansa Yogananda, and the melody for it was written by our teacher, Swami Kriyananda. From the depths of slumbers I ascend the spiral stairway of wakefulness. I will whisper, whisper, God, God, God. Thou art the food, and when I break my fast of nightly separation from thee, I will taste thee and mentally say, God, God, God. And no matter where I go, the spotlight of my mind will ever keep turning on thee. And in the battle din of activity, my silent war cry will be, God, God, God. When boisterous storms of trial shriek, and when worries howl at me, I will drown their noises, loudly chanting, God, God, God. When my mind weaves dreams, dreams, with threads of memories, on that magic cloth will I emboss God, God, God. Every night in time of deepest sleep, when my peace dreams and calls joy, joy, my joy comes singing evermore. Sing it with me. God, God, God. In waking, eating, working, dreaming, sleeping, serving, meditating, chanting, divinely loving, my soul will constantly hum, unheard by any. Sing it now. God, 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 God.
Let's meditate for just a moment. Good morning, friends. Lovely to see you all in this little gem of Worley here. I'm always amazed to drive up to this old building. It's not called the old post office for nothing. It's old passport office for nothing. It's an old building outside. One of our devotees, actually is Shani, who comes from a Jewish background. She said, it looks a little bit like it's been like bombing in Beirut, after the siege of something or other. But it's just very Indian because from the outside, the infrastructure, you can't really tell what's going on inside. And then you get in this rickety elevator, which feels safe enough, and then you come up, you open the door, and there's this beautiful gem that has landed with the hands of Narayani Shurjo and all of you with your support. And it's could be in any little astral corner of the universe. It's just light and bright and beautiful, and so God enters our life in the ways that He does. I was thinking about this is a very important subject. I loved the poster that landed about it, the flyer. We often go back and forth about what is the right image and let it be refined, let the type font be good. I did a lot of graphic design in my career at Ananda, and I'm now trying to do different things. So when the first draft came, it was what some of you saw. It was a man. I said, now, how about if we do something that shows somebody who's a little frantic at work and somebody who's meditating? Well, boom, these images came up, which were so almost comedic and yet very, very true, which often comedy is in the human condition. And so the man has 4 arms, which we'd like to have, right? Multitaskers that you all still are. And he's doing this, he's got the phone, he's got the this, and there's this sort of like smoke all around him, that's sort of moving because he's moving so fast, and he's running, he's in a running posture, and there's just sort of chaos around him is the feeling that you get with that. And on the other side is this meditating image, the still yogi, and it was just like perfect. Let's just use that, that's right, we don't need to refine anything. And so it goes in the life of busy work. We're just coming back from Kerala. I was doing some Ayurvedic treatments, and it's one starts to remember that the body is really just a cage. After you're sort of on the table for day after day, getting oiled and pounded, and it's like enough already after about the 4th day, and then you're still doing it because this is good for the body and it allows you to serve better, and so we keep at it. But there's a fair amount of tapasya, and it makes one remember the limitations of being in a body. It makes one remember how soon we'd like to be free from having to live in bodies, or at least be free enough that nothing bothers us about being in a body. And coming back here, Kerala has its charm and beauty, and it's a very, it is God reminding in many ways to be in nature that way, and to be in a culture where all the 3 religions of India seem to get along right now, and lots of greenery and peace and healing energy all around. So that was beautiful. But I must say, given that I'm a disciple of Paramahansa Yogananda and Swami Kriyananda, I noticed the difference and was very, 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 very happy to be able to come back to a culture that is full of energetic movement forward. I mean, Mumbai, Silicon Valley, where we have had a lot of our, most of our center work that we've done has been in that culture of great energy, great innovation, great creativity, great, if anything, they come into the temple, people, and now more and more Indians living in Silicon Valley, and the startup energy of working, 20 hours a day, 18 hours a day, just putting all that energy in. The balance that they're looking for and really, really need is remember about meditation. Remember about that quiet stillness that you need to recharge yourself and to feel the presence of God as you do all of these amazing things that you're doing, and to get the attunement with the best solutions that can come in any situation. So, but I love these high energy settings because when people come in, that's kind of actually an easier way to go, to be too active. Your energy's really going strong, and you've got so many projects. You're like the man with four hands, and you're running while you're doing it, while you're juggling four things, because energy is the name of the spiritual game. If you have a lot of energy, you're putting out a lot of energy is running through you. I noticed that in Palo Alto, these high energy people come in. My doctor said I'm too stressed. Okay, fine. Let's just take that energy, move it inside, a few little techniques, focus it, bring it deep, take it to the heart, bring it up to the spiritual eye. And you look out in the room, and after they do that a few times, their eyes light up. They look very full of joy and full of energy, but it's a different kind of energy. But they had the energy to work with. And then you look at other people who come in who are sort of, a little bit lost and a little bit low energy, and they'll sit there and they'll try and meditate and they'll fall asleep, or they'll stay awake, but they won't get very far. Little by little by little, takes longer, but little by little their energy rises, and then they have more success. But the ones who are putting out a lot of energy now, they have the success now, when they can shift their focus. This is a path of touching people wherever they are. But I think maybe it's just me, because I grew up in my career before Ananda, working in offices with executives, helping to support them, and seeing what happened in the corporate setting, and seeing the suffering that happened in the corporate setting, and seeing, I often worked in the human resources department, where Swamiji has a phrase that is one of the two guiding principles of Ananda, which touched my heart deeply when I came because of my background largely. People are more important than things, and where there's dharma, there's victory. Those are the two principles that guide all of Ananda's decisions, and what a blessing that is to have someone recognize and help us all align ourselves according to those two principles. People are more important than things. There's The Art of Supportive Leadership is a book that Swamiji did, a little tiny book that the Kellogg company, which is it makes cereal in the U.S., and it's a huge company. They took it for all their managers so that they could put these principles into place. It looks very simple, but if you keep coming back to the simple rules of Dharma in working with other people, success will follow. And in fact, it does. You watch that at Ananda. There's also a course that Swami Kriyananda wrote when he was in India, actually. Many of you have heard of it. It's called Material Success Through Yoga Principles. And it's possible that we'll somehow encourage some work with that here in Worley, because, because how much of the day are we in the meditation room? Think of your mind, how many minutes, hours of a day you're in your meditation room. Then think of the minutes or hours you're in the office, or you're working with material reality, whether it's the home. Managing a household is a thing. You have to do the ordering and you have to arrange to make sure it all happens, the cooking and the children and the schooling, and there's a lot on the material plane, a lot of things that have to be done, a lot of projects in a day where we want those 4 arms and couldn't it be done faster? But for most of us, I dare say all of us, the time we spent in the meditation room is here. The time we spend in the material reality is up here. So sometimes we're feeling like the material, we're too much time in the material plane. We're in the cage of the body, that's a given. We have to do that to operate. But then we're in the cage of all the expectations of others and our job and our deadlines and our all the different things it takes to keep the material world going can take so much of our time. So this is a very good topic today, which is about how do we work with the right attitude? How do we live in the world and not be of it, not be eaten alive by it, which can happen with the stresses of the workplace? How can we do it? And God is everywhere. There's no place that God isn't. But how do we choose the right attitude of mind so that we can feel God's presence, stay connected to that inner communion, we call it. I love that phrase, inner communion. You're together with God inside. And when your awareness is of that togetherness with God, everything goes so much better, doesn't it? We have the better answers. We have the better feeling, the better happiness, the better joy. So how do we take God with us when we leave the meditation room? Oh, that was a nice meditation. Nice to be with you. Oh, here's traffic. Oh, the driver's late. Oh, the project's late. Oh, people are upset with me. All the things that come on the battlefield of life, right? So, a couple of things that I've found, often Master Swamiji will give us one or two little phrases. They're a little bit like affirmations, but they're little phrases that whenever I am sort of at a place where, what am I trying to choose here? I'm getting a little off. Sometimes these phrases, I've used them enough, I've read them enough, I've worked with them enough, they'll just sort of land and help me as a little guide. One of the phrases is, I am even-minded and cheerful under all circumstances. I am even-minded and cheerful under all circumstances. And just to have that as a little tool when something else is going on around you, but claim that place. I am even-minded and cheerful under all circumstances. One of the other ones that sometimes when my body's not well or my energy's dipping for whatever reason it is, this is one of the superconscious living exercises. And it's very simple. I am positive, energetic, and enthusiastic. I am positive, energetic, and enthusiastic. I'm going to go off script here just a little bit, if there was a script, and ask you to stand up, because there are also movements, simple movements that go with this that help the body and the mind sort of come together and get on board. And that is, I am positive, energetic, enthusiastic. Right, I am positive, energetic, enthusiastic. I am positive, energetic, enthusiastic. I am positive, energetic, enthusiastic. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Then I'm noticing everybody has smiles on their faces now. The meaning of enthusiasm, it's from Greek and it means in God. Thusi, theo, however exactly translate, but it means God's energy is flowing through you. And so that's what we're looking for, that enthusiasm, which brings energy, creativity, and joy. Enthusiasm, as you all were saying, I am enthusiastic. I noticed the smiles just appeared on your faces. You weren't thinking, let me smile. It just happened because there was joy moving through you. So energy, enthusiasm, affirmations can help us awaken, reawaken again and again and again. Also in this reading, Swamiji suggested that we do things like, simple ones like I am joy, throughout the day, when you have a pause, just remembering, touch base, I am joy. I mean, you could say, I am stressed, and on a level that might be true, but then you're just affirming that that's who you are, which is not who you are. It may be what you're going through, but we're always trying to reclaim, because we're trying to, the whole spiritual path, Swamiji would remind us again and again, is about becoming free of the ego, free of the hold of our self-created identity. But the first step is to be less attached to the ego. So instead of just saying, I'm having a bad day at work, these people are doing this, this is bad, say, I am something else. I am peace. I am joy. I am awake and ready is another good one. I am awake and ready. Just claiming the reality of our soul natures over the reality of the stresses of the day or the moment. As you know by now, we do these readings all around the world at Ananda based on a book that Swami wrote called Rays of the One Light. This is because Babaji, part of his mission that he gave to Yukteswar originally, and then passed down Yukteswar to Yogananda to Swamiji, was to show that the underlying unity of all religions is based on the natural energy that moves through the spine of everybody who has a body. Certainly human beings have the ability to consciously work with that energy. So all the faiths in the world, all the spiritual paths, have as the goal to gain awareness and mastery, control over that energy and bring it up, burn all the karma, and be free. That's sort of the path in a nutshell. So to show it, he chose two different teachings, one from Christ and one from the Gita. So the Bible and the Gita, those teachings, are compared week by week so that one can see that the unity is there and maybe gain, wisdom. Well, the story for this week from the Bible is Mary and Martha. Mary and Martha. One is Martha's in the kitchen. She's getting ready to make food for the crowd that's going to come around Jesus. So she's stirring and potting, and she's getting very frustrated because she's not sure it's going to be ready on time. She has certain concerns and anxieties, so she's getting upset. She's losing her center, and she calls out to Jesus, hey, Jesus, why don't you send Mary, who's just sitting at your feet, basically doing nothing, in to help me? I mean, come on, this isn't fair. And Jesus says, Martha, you don't have it right here. You're not getting the point. Mary is sitting here communing with my consciousness. He didn't use those words, but she's being a devotee who's absorbing herself in this uplifting grace that I'm providing. You are in the kitchen, lost in your own restless activity. Who's got the best side of it? Martha. Mary has the best side of it. But we don't really have the choice of being either Martha or Mary. We have to be both, because we can't sit all the time at the feet of the Guru in the meditation area with no activity going on and just concentrate in the stillness and go deep in meditation. We don't have that option. It's not the age. Wouldn't be good for us. But we don't want to be Martha in the kitchen either, who's nervous and anxious and upset and judging Mary for sitting at the feet of, just off base. Christ is there. Couldn't Martha maybe have been in the kitchen? And he tells her this. If you could be in there doing all these things and thinking of me and tuning into me, it would all be blessed. The work would be blessed. Your consciousness would be blessed. It's possible to have both and that's the job, is to hold that consciousness of God's presence within, God's love, God's joy, as we work, as better we serve God in others, we serve God in the world, we serve God through this center through sharing that there's another way to live by tuning into these great teachings through these masters, that people can enjoy their life better, have more success, more happiness, more joy. And when we share and when we serve with that consciousness, we are uplifted, those around us, and in turn the whole world is uplifted. So that's our job. We've been given the tools, so let's do it.
Let's sit for just a moment absorbing the vibration of those thoughts. Let's share together now in the Arati. We have a musician there. He is. Thank you, Abhijit. Sure.
Dearest friend, beloved God.
Dearest friend, beloved God.
Lord Jesus Christ.
Lord Jesus Christ.
Babaji Krishna.
Babaji Krishna.
Lahiri Mahashaya.
Lahari Mahashaya.
Swami Shri Yukteswar.
Swami Shri Yukteswar.
Beloved Guru.
Beloved Guru.
Paramahansa Yogananda.
Paramahansa Yogananda.
Saints of all religions.
Saints of all religions.
Friend and guide.
Friend and guide.
Swami Kriyananda.
Swami Kriyananda.
Guide us in our daily activities.
Guide us in our daily activities.
That we are ever mindful of Thee.
That we are ever mindful of Thee.
Just behind our thoughts.
Just behind our thoughts.
Just behind our feelings.
Just behind our feelings.
Just behind our actions.
Just behind our actions.
Use us as Your instruments.
Use us as your instruments.
For bringing love and light.
For bringing love and light.
Higher consciousness.
Higher consciousness.
And soul freedom.
And soul freedom.
Into this world.
Into this world.
We are Your children.
We are your children.
Be with us.
Be with us.
Stay with us.
Stay with us.
Never let us go.
Never let us go.
Om. Peace. Amen.
Go out with joy. Announcements? Who has announcements?